Hello everyone, thank you for allowing me to show you all the locations in the puzzle solutions for all the Nornir chests in the game. Now we're going to get the first one here in the wetlands. There's actually two of these chests in the wetlands in Svartalfheim. This is the region we're going to start off first. Now here you're going to use the Leviathan axe and the frost ability to freeze these geysers to make a path getting up top. And that's where you're going to see the Nornir chest right over there. To open these chests, you need to break the 3 seals. And there's a few different ways in which you can do it depending on the Nornir chest. This one only requires you to just break these 3 seals. There's one up top here, and there's going to be one to the right of the chest below, and then one behind the chest out in the distance. Once you've destroyed those 3 seals, the chest will be unlocked, and you can go ahead and open it up. Now, there's a nice little thing about God of War games is they give you more of these chests than you need. So I think you only need 30 or 35 or whatever to permanently upgrade. And then there's going to be a bunch of just extra ones that are going to contain a random enchantment or something. So you don't technically have to get all of them. All right, so a little bit later on, we kind of go around a bend. You're going to see another beach over here in the left side in the corner. We're going to go underneath this little secret passage here. We're going to have to lay back and get under here. And then on the other side of this is going to be the beach. So we're going to get out and then you can see the chest right here. Now this puzzle is a little different to unlock the seals. This one has the little spinning things. If you've played the last game, you know what I'm talking about. First one's going to be behind this geyser. It's really kind of hard to see what the symbol is. So I'm just going to hit it once and then go back and see if I unlocked it. I did not. So I'm going to do it again. Except I'm not going to miss. There we go. All right, so that one worked. We're going to get another one around the corner to the right, and then we're going to go up around to the left. So I'm going to around the corner. You can see it right here. This time I can actually see the symbols. That one looks like a B. And then the next one looks like an N. It's always a good idea to remember what the symbols are. Okay, up here, just look up as soon as you get up top here. Bingo. Now we just got to return to the chest, see what we got. Now the last apple permanently increased our health. If we find another apple, we're probably gonna have to find 2 before it increases our health. We got a horn this time. So we got enough horns to increase our maximum rage. Fantastic. All right, next up, we're gonna head over to the Dragon Beach. Now a lot of this you can kind of go in a different order. It's kind of open world, kind of not. But here at Dragon Beach, we're going to find one. There's a few things that you're gonna be able to find around here, actually. Nornir chest is right back here. Pretty easy. Now for this one, you're going to see the water geyser in the distance there. We're going to use the frost on our axe to freeze it. And then you can see where the seal is up high.
I think I see something.
Now I'm not going to be able to use my, I don't have a spear or anything to throw it at, so I'm just going to take my axe back and then just go ahead and blindly destroy the seal. All right, we got another one similar to that over here. You got another geyser. You actually can just go right around this little stone statue and you won't need to shoot through the geyser. And there she is. All right, next one is going to be in a geyser, and that's going to be in the center on the water. You can kind of see it if you look close enough. It might be hard to see it on a YouTube video, but at home you should be able to make out the outline of it. Now, once you've destroyed all 3 of them, unlock the chest. Keep in mind, there are many other collectibles around each of these chests that I am not showing you in this video, so make sure you search around. A lot of good stuff out there. All right, so we got 1 of 2 apples that we need to increase our health. All right, so we are now heading over to Radsfin Rig. We are at, I'm actually at the Dragon Beach right now, walking up this way. And I'm going to show you a little bonus collectible because I love it. There it is, there's a raven. Just a point of reference for you, and then we're at the rig, which is part of a side quest. So here's the rig. All right, so for this one you need to light the flames on top of each of the seals here. You do that by using your chaos blades. This is actually the first one I ran into on this playthrough, and it had been a while since I've used these, the blades of chaos, so I apologize it's not exactly as clean, but I promise as we move forward in this video I'll get a lot better at them. This right here you need to shoot with the green arrow. Your partner will do that, whoever you got in your party with you, and then you can just use the blades. Hold L2, hold R2, and you'll set them on fire. All right, last one. we don't need to actually do anything other than throw our Leviathan axe at the jar that explodes and automatically sets that on fire, and we can now go open the chest. These get a bit more difficult as we get further in the game. It's just this first area to make it a little bit more simple. But a lot of these chests are going to require equipment you do not have yet in your inventory, like the spear more specifically, which you will get after the 10th story mission. It takes a while, about 2/3 of the way into the game you'll get the spear. All right, we are at Albrecht Island. This is up top of the map. This is a little fun area. This is actually one of my favorite areas in the game, but this one over here, hit that green with the green arrow to lower that field so you can actually hit it. So we're gonna start with that one on the end, because that one's tricky. That one's hard. So if you miss it, you can just keep going until you get it. Once you get it, you'll start the timer, and then you'll have to hit the 3 remaining ones as quickly as you can. There is an accessibility option if you want to kind of cheat it a little bit. That will extend the timers for any timed event like that. So just remember that if you're having trouble with the timing on that, can't do it fast enough, there's an option for you. We are now heading over to the tunnels here. And this is the water puzzle room. You had to redirect the flow of the water. We're going to go through this little passageway to the left. I think it's the left. And I'm going to activate sprint speed here. All right, so at the end of this hallway, you see the chest. We're going to have 3 seals really close by. In fact, there's 2 of them within 5 feet of me right now. So the first one, we have to light them on fire again. I hate to admit it, I do something embarrassing on this one. So that was the first one. Here's the second one. Very easy. For this last one, all you need to do is throw your Leviathan axe into the barrel, just like I'm about to do. It'll spill oil on the ground. Then use your Chaos Blades, the Blades of Chaos, to use to set the barrels on fire on the left side of the room. I will do that here in just a second. I don't know why I keep using this purple arrow thing, but you don't need to. Just dig your blades into the barrels on the left. That'll explode the entire room for you. No arrows needed. And then of course open the chest. All right, so from there we are actually heading to the forge from those tunnels. You take the tunnels and you'll get to the forge. So we just got off that little mine cart there. And over here around the corner is going to be another Nornir chest. This one's going to require the spear. And one of the spear's ability is to impale an object in multiple different places and then detonate them all at the same time. So we're planting bombs basically. So we're going to find the first seal over here. We're just going to leave it. Aim and just do a light attack, R1. Second one is here. And the third one's just to the right. Now, once you've done that, stand in front of the chest and then hit the triangle button. It'll set them all off and it'll all ring at the exact same time. That is how you unlock that. You gotta ring them all at the same time. We are next heading over to the Apple Core. You can access that from the wetlands. You can just take the boat ferry, pull the chain to the submerged sands, which case you could take the elevator all the way down very slowly, mind you. So we're going to just follow this down and we're going to reach a point where we can throw a spear in the wall. You can't get the spear until after mission 10. Once you get the spear, you'll have access to a lot of these collectibles. Until then, you won't. So here's where you're going to place the spear. I've already done it. And this is now a get up point. There used to be a treasure map right here. And then there is the Nornir chest right here. For this, we're going to ring the 3 bells at the exact same time by planting a spear into each one of these and then detonating it at the same time. So there's 2 over there, and then there's 1 back up the first stair and turn around. Now go stand in front of the chest, hit the triangle button, and enjoy your reward. All right, the second one in the Apple Core area is much deeper in. You're going to, in fact, be heading very close to the exit of the pit mines. Now, for this, you're going to probably remember this area in the main story. You have this spiral building here that we're going to spiral around. And then what we're going to do is actually jump down to the bridge below us right here. Now, there used to be a rubble here. This is a split in the path, left and right. we're going to go right. So if you have the rubble in front of you there, just go around kind of the side and shoot the jar. It'll blow it up. We're going to go under here and we're going to grapple to the left-hand side and then up through a door.
Look, over there.
There is the door. Now, once we go through this door, there's a whole bunch of collectibles in this area. But the first thing we're going to do for the Nornir chest is plant a spear over here to create a access to the upper level. There's an artifact right in front of me. A lot of collectibles, as I mentioned. There's the artifact. There's a rift to my left. There's a gateway there. Of course, the Nornir chest. So for this, we're going to plant the spears just like we did previously. Now, this one is hard to see, but on a YouTube video, it's going to be even more difficult to see. But you'll see the glimmering through the water there. So that was one, and there's one over here to the left, and another one to the far left by the rift. We have to blow up the gold over here. Okay, stand in front of the spear, or the chest. Once you've placed the spears, hit the triangle button, and there you go. There's a gateway here as well, and the pit mines is the area just beyond. Speaking of the pit mines, there is a Nornir chest in the center area here. It's easy to see because it's a water feature. It's a puzzle, actually. What we're going to do is block the water, and it's going to allow the water to overflow onto this box here with the rocks, and then you have the chest in front of us. So what we're going to do is light the 3 braziers here. So we're going to do the first one, the third one, and then the second one. So that was the first one, and drop down. There's the second one. Can't light it yet because there's a bunch of water there. Grapple over to this third one, and then we'll grapple back and light this second one. Now to do this one, what you need to do is use your Leviathan axe and block the water up top. That'll divert the water, allowing us to light this brazier. So make sure you equip your chaos blades, not the axe. Your blades of chaos is what you need. So let me go ahead and redo this. It's left on the D-pad, Brian, not right. I can't be the only one that screws that up, right? All right, there's the third one. Let's head back and claim our loot. All right, let's go over to Midgard, shall we? There's 4 chests here we're going to find, starting at the Raider hideout, and then we're going to make our way back to the left side of this area. The Raider hideout, this one's actually really kind of neat. It's not a very big area. It's small, in fact. And you'll see the chest. It's just in front of us. So we're going to use a lot of bombs for this one. Can't use that. What you have to do is use a pink arrow and throw it over there. You can use your Blade of Chaos if you'd like to set that off, or just pick up the little bomb, which is what I like doing. All right, so we're going to open this up, and it's going to reveal a seal way back there. So for this, you can use the bomb, or you can use the arrow chain reaction if you like. I just figured the bomb is a lot easier. Okay, there's one in the middle, on the center of the back wall. Very easy to get this one. Just blow up the gold. Excited when I see gold. And then a second one, a follow-up attack to actually light the seal. Now this third one's really cool. It's going to be down over here to the right, way back there. I mean, that is a mile away. So we're going to have to use our pink arrows here. I'm going to set 3 of them in a column and then grab one of these bombs and chuck it like I'm Peyton Manning and just throw it as far as you can. You're trying to hopefully hit the bottom of our little chain. There you go. It's really cool. I like this puzzle. All right, we are now heading over to the Oarsmen. This is in the, I think, the Shores of Nine area, technically. So we are going to make our way over here. There's going to be a bunch of branches there you got to set on fire to get past here, and we're going to drop down. This one's going to appear to be simple. upon first glance, but it's not as simple as it may appear. So there's 2 of the seals, and there's the 3rd one, and you can see the chest just to our left. So it should be easy, right? Well, not quite. What we need to do is go outside, pull a chain, and then blow up an obstacle that's blocking our path. All right, so once up here, you climb up the gold chain once you defeat the enemies in that area. Then you're going to drop down here, pull the chain. It's going to reveal a staircase that you're going to then go down into this little yellow room over here.
Is that a key?
Inside of here, there's a key item for the story. Don't worry about that, but you need to blow up the barrier here using the green arrow. With that open, we are finally set up to unlock this chest. And we're going to do that by getting into a centralized location where we can see all 3 of them. Remember, this is timed, so you got to ring each of these 3 bells within a very short period of time. So there's the one we just opened. So I'm going to start with this one here to the far one. I got to get a little closer. I'm a bit too far away. There we go. We do that one first because that's going to what starts our timer. You don't want to end there because you would only have 1 shot to get it right. So start with that one out there and then hit the other 2. All right, so the next one's going to be in the top left part of this region. You're going to have to come here story path anyway, and along the way, you might not see the chest, but you will definitely see the seals, which will clue you there's a chest nearby, which is right there behind those rocks. So for this one, we're just going to light them up. This one's actually relatively simple, except everything is vertical in this little puzzle. You can see the seal right below, so we're going to get that one last, actually. Climb up once more over here. Above us, just go ahead and use your blades. And then we'll drop down towards the final one and pick up our apple or horn. I don't know which it'll be. Now remember, once you've collected enough to maximize your health and your rage, there'll still be Nornir chests, but they won't reward you with any apples or anything. It'll just be another item. In fact, the last one we opened in this actually gave me a little surprise. Stay tuned for that. Okay, so now we are going to go from there to the Lost Treasury. It's kind of on the little southern side of the temple. Now, this puzzle is very complicated. There's a lot of steps in this operation. In fact, there's so many of them, I just assumed I did it wrong. But I don't think so. Well, here's how you do it. You got the big wheel here. We're going to move it to the left, exposing the seal, which we can now use to chain an explosion up there. That's one. Now what we're going to do is move the wheel back and then climb up it. Okay, once on top, you're going to have to destroy a jar that's going to blow up the path there. That's blocking. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not close enough. I love this. I was too far away, and then once I got close enough, I just switched weapons. All right, so with this pillar, I'm going to move it to the left. You don't need to do this right now, but I'm doing it now to plant the seed in your mind because we will be doing that again later. Go to the next area, destroy the guys, and then look up. Build yourself another chain here. Now remember, you can place up to 3 orbs, purple or pink orbs here, and you can actually inject up to 3 arrows into each one of them. The first one is a small bubble, the second one is a medium-sized bubble, and then you have a large bubble if you fire 3 arrows into the same one. Okay, so with that done, what we need to do is move this wheel back to the left side. And we are going to climb up, circle back around to where that pillar was, and then move that all the way to the left, and it'll block this wheel because we're going to push the wheel back to the right hand side. But first, we need to block it so we can get it into the right position. What we're trying to do is gain access into the temple from the ground level. All right, so here's that pillar again. We're just going to move it to the left. Drop down, and you think that would be easy and simple from this point, but no, we got a lot more to do. So we're going to move the wheel back to the right, and you're going to see it's going to put it right into the position so we can get in. Now from this point, we need to open the gate that is blocking our path, and then you're going to have to throw the Leviathan axe and freeze each of these points, one on the right and one on the left. And then after you freeze it, before you remove the axe, blast it with a pink arrow. Same thing over here. And it is now locked in place.
Well done.
We are not getting that legendary chest, but I'm assuming you will. It's not part of this guide. Once inside, you then have to break open the lock once again. And you and your partner can now build a little chain bridge.
Aye, it does.
Sequin's family crest. Looks like a
Blow it up, and now you can finally open your chest. Congratulations. That was a very long and lengthy one, but it was a very good puzzle. All right, we are leaving Midgard. There's only 4 in that region. We are now heading to Vanaheim. There's going to be quite a bit. We're going to start at the Southern Wilds. We are in the Southern Wilds heading north, and you're going to have these little plants here.
The plant life grows more dangerous the further we go. Hope you're up for it, dwarf.
Now this is the story path. You're going to run right into this Nornir chest, so don't worry about it. But getting to the seals might be a little confusing. So there's one to the right. There's going to be one opposite of this chest, and then one on the left. This is the spinning wheel one, so you're just going to spin the spin the seal rather into place.
And what is your point?
You're just going to have to remove the barriers. Use your chaos, your blades of chaos, and then you turn it. Second one's going to be opposite, straight back. Same thing. We're going to have to remove the branches over here.
Why do you think I need to hear any of this right now? My focus is on regaining my freedom, and I have no intention of...
Now head back, and it'll be on the left-hand side.
All I'm saying is, if you happen to find yourself talking to your brother, maybe the worst word said between you don't have to be the last one said.
Enough! When the day comes to face Freyr again, it will be when I am standing on my feet and free. Do you understand me?
All right, so we are at the abandoned village now. We're kind of the northern part of it. Now this one is going to be a little tricky. There's this puzzle here. I think you have to do it. And you can see the 3 seals is going to be quite difficult. So we're going to use this. We're going to break open these branches and then reveal a bucket that is on fire. We will then use this little crane to spin it around. So step 1, turn the bucket towards us. Grab the bucket and then pull it towards you, and it's going to light the seal right below us. Now just off in the distance you can see some more branches that we got to set on fire. So what we're going to do next is jump over to the platform on the left. So we're going to spin this around so I got the grapple point. I did kind of cut the video. I think if I just not turned it, I could have done it. All right, so once we're over here, we're going to turn the bucket over towards us, pull it so we can remove the obstacle.
Use your blades to swing the torch to the other side. Move sticky.
All right, with that complete, we are going to now jump over to that platform,
Let's cross the bridge.
spinning this and using the grapple along the way. Now you can see the other seal, the second seal that we're going to hit over there, so you can probably figure out what the next step will be after we grapple over to the next platform. And you guessed it, we're going to grab this and swing it to the right. Now it's easy peasy. We're just going to run down towards where the chest is. To our left will be the third seal. To the right is the chest.
After all the gods you've killed,
I have seen enough war to know the cost.
after the price I paid to end one, look around you. See what happens when you don't fight a tree.
All right, next up is the Cliffside Ruins. There's quite a bit going on down here in the southwestern part of this region. So at the Cliffside Ruins, you're going to see the chest. It's not too difficult. To the right of it, you're going to see this little barrier here. You see the seal is behind this. We're going to chain blast it.
Nice work.
Okay, now we can spin this. We just have to jump back over here to get the angle. Now, I do want to take a moment here to let you know that in this region, you must complete the favor called Scent of Survival. That'll be required to access a region here a little bit later. All right, so over here is this little ghost dude. You want to talk to him because you need to complete his favor. Speaking of favors. Now, if you haven't been here already, you're going to climb up that wall and jump over these center pillars. If you've already been here before, you may have unlocked the fast
Them death.
travel. Well, not a fast travel, but a shortcut here. All right, we're going to jump across to the next platform, not this one. This one over here, and look straight down. You'll see the next seal. You actually can't see the seal, but you know it's there. I think you got to hit it twice on the left-hand side. Okay, and this last one, believe it or not, we actually have to leave this area. We're going to travel back over to where the gateway is. Blacksmith's over here as well. Because you can see the seal is over here,
From your homeland.
now facing
It will serve
us.
well if I understand more of your battle tactics.
There was Medusa, queen of the Gorgons. Her gaze turned men to stone.
Okay, now just go back in and open the
Turned her
box.
own powers against her.
The next thing you want to do is row your boat into the Veiled Passage. Once you enter the Veiled Passage, just quickly dock over here to the right. And we are going to blow up a barrier blocking our path to the right. There's an unlimited bomb supply over here to our left. Pick that up. Now for this, we have to ring 3 bells at the same time. See the chest. So to accomplish this, what we're going to do is throw some pink arrow bubbles, chain them across from the right to the left, or left to the right, whichever. We're going to try to be as quickly as we can. And we're going to turn around, quickly grab a bomb, and we're just going to chuck it. Turn around and chuck it. Don't even walk up to the shore, just chuck it. There you go.
That's it.
Assuming you ring them at the same time, you're rewarded with a prize. My prize is a horn of blood mead, just what I've always wanted. All right, we're going to head over to Goddess Falls. Once you take the boat to shore, just run in the straight back. You'll see a place you can climb up the cliff. There's also a bird flying around. You can see the chest. This one's going to require some more arrow linking. These are actually fairly simple compared to some of the other ones. There's the first one. The second one is going to be at the top of the waterfall, right in the middle. Same thing. Link your bubbles. Remember, 1 arrow into a bubble, just create a small bubble. 2, create a medium-sized one. 3, a large one. Use that to your advantage. You can never have more than 3 separate bubbles, but you can make them 3 different sizes, each one of them. All right, so here's the last one, and then of course the chest is just behind me. must say this is an absolutely beautiful region. I like this region, probably my favorite one. Okay, the Eastern Bari Woods. We were here earlier, but you couldn't go down this right path. So what we've done it now. You had to use your spear in order to access this area. You'll see there's a little short dead-end path there with a red chest. The story path is straight, but to the left you'll see an artifact glowing very brightly. It'll definitely grab your attention. I picked it up already, but we want to go up this path because it's going to lead us to a Nornir chest at the end. So we got two little spinning seals right next to us here, and then there's one way out in the distance. Uncover the branches there. Second one, that's pretty easy. That's a gimme. Third one is definitely not a gimme. You know, I've never used chucking a spear at these things, but if that works, and I'm assuming it would be a lot easier. I'm gonna miss this not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's right. I left that in because I ain't perfect. In fact, most of this has been edited up to make it look like I'm not as terrible as I really am. All right, so now we're going to head over to the crater area, the plains specifically. Now for this, you will have to complete the Scent of Survival favor in the previous region. I think it starts somewhere in the middle of that area. I'm not entirely sure. But for this first one, we are going to go to this location. To get to it, just go along the far right side, circle around counterclockwise. Then you have to reveal that one, and then we're going to drop down and we're going to ring the 3 bells. You got to be quick. This is that timed version. One in the corner over there, one above it, and then the one we just revealed back here. So let's go ahead and let's do it. I'm going to start with this one back here. I'm going to throw it and run real quick. I always go after the hardest one or the furthest one, depending on the situation. Okay, so that is our first of 2 chests here in the plains. The second one is going to be on the far left side. And I'm going to do it from the gateway spawn just because it can get a little confusing. So I'm going to drop down. I'm going to look to my left. Look for a bucket hanging above us here because that is going to point you in the direction you need to run. And you're going to come across a gate. On the other side of the gate's locked, but the other side of the gate has a poisonous cloud, which you can't see. You can see the cloud. You can't see the thing doing it. So what we're going to do is place a couple pink bubbles over here in this corner. Freeze it with our Leviathan axe, and it'll freeze the thing on the other side, allowing us to get in. Once inside, you can see the current location. There's going to be some enemies. Clear them out, and then just go ahead and destroy this 3 totem seals. There's one there, there's one in a tree up top, and then there's going to be another one inside a different gas area, which we're going to use our Leviathan axe to freeze. And it's in the back side of this tree statue thing. Alright, we're going to head to the jungle next. The jungle you're not going to be able to get to during the daytime. So there are little bowls that you can change the time of day, so you're going to want to go at nighttime. There are certain paths that are blocked off depending on the time of day. So we're going to head into the jungle. You're going to find this chest right kind of in the center of this area. It's going to be hard for you to miss this one. You're just going to have to find the 3 seals. One's above it to the right, and then there'll be 2 more behind us to the left. One on top of this thing here, and then one in the corner. Right. Didn't look at the symbols. Okay, and then the final one's here. We're gonna have to use the pink arrows, chain an explosion together, and then we should be good after that. One more. There we go. Now after this, we're going to head to the sinkholes where there's going to be 2 more chests. So as promised, we're heading to the sinkholes. I'm technically in the plains right now. I am going to zip line down into the sinkholes. Now, once you drop down this rope, what I want you to do is turn around and head back in the direction of the rope. That'll point you right into this cave here that's going to go off to the left. And we have another pink arrow puzzle. So you have this one here on the left of the chest, and then you're going to have 2 more to the right, just at the exit of the tunnel. That one's pretty easy to see. We're just going to chain it again. Now the next one I found to be a little tricky. I don't know if it was because of the contour of the cliff wall or not, or what it was, or if maybe it's just the perspective that I had a hard time getting the 3 bubbles linked up together, but you'll get it, I promise. So there it is, way up there. Really kind of hard to judge the distance. But I did find staying up high worked better than kind of coming down low. Don't know if that's actually helpful for you or not. There we go. That took me 4 attempts. Just full transparency. All right, I got the full belly trophy. That's for maxing out my health and my rage. So you can tell, obviously, I didn't do these in order. All right, so next up, sinkholes. Again, this is the final part of this area. And this one's actually pretty easy. This is just going to be the spear puzzle. We got to ring them, all 3 of them at the same time. There's 1 to the left there, and there's 2 to the right. Go back in front of the chest, and then hit your triangle button. Oh, we're finally done in Vanaheim. We're going to have to pack our bags and travel to a different realm. And that realm is Elfheim. Starting off at the Temple of Light area. You might not miss this one. It's pretty much in your path here. But you'll see it over here to the right. Now you got 2 bells here to the left, and then 1 down this hallway here. So the first thing you need to do is clear 1 down this hallway. You can see the mirror. We're going to actually bounce the axe off that mirror. So here is the barrier. What you need to use is your green sonic arrow to reveal it. And then you can see you can bounce your axe off that. So I'm going to start over here at the beginning. Go left to right. Now for this last one, just get to the entranceway here. Don't run all the way down there. You do not have enough time.
Well done. More Twilight Stone. Nice. Seeing it again.
All right, we are heading to the Strand next. Now, this first one you can actually get without having the spear or any other upgrades, which is kind of nice. The second one you will not be able to get your first time here. All right, so as you're going on, you'll see that little lore thing down there. You have this little gap you're going to squeeze through. In front of you is going to be some steps we're going to climb up. Before we do that, we're going to go to the left, because that's where we're going to find the Nornir chest. Now, there's going to be 2 seals down here, 1 in the left corner, 1 to the far right corner, and then there's going to be a 3rd one up these stairs. This is the story path at this point, but we're going to look to the left and down. Can't do that with a frost axe there, Brian. There you go. All right, so now we're going to backtrack to where the chest is and get the 2 other seals that are nearby.
Is everything okay?
Hi, old friend. Just looting Nornir chests. We'll be right along.
My dad likes loot. Ah, very well.
All right, so we are now continuing on. We're lifting this gate, and we just finished the last remnants of Asgard. That's a side quest type thing that you can't do until after you complete the story. But just after that is it's going to be clear as day chest. It's going to be hard to miss this one. For this, we need to use the spear again and detonate the 3 totems here at the same time. First 2 are close by. Last one is going to be to the right, way across. So you're going to look out in the distance. Okay, stand in front of the chest and hit the triangle button. You want to stand in the front of the chest to hit the triangle button because that does reset. So if you're not quick enough, it'll reset and you have to do it again. All right, we are now heading to the below. I know it looks like I'm in the Barrens, but we're below the Barrens. This is a part of the story quest to clear the storm in the area. So you're going to jump across. You're going to see this area where we're going to kind of zigzag grapple across. And you saw the 3 sacks over there. We're going to destroy those in a second. But the Nornir chest is down there. You may have actually seen it through that locked gate earlier. But what you're going to do here is destroy these 3 sacks using the bouncing method, and that's going to open up a new path we can grapple over to. So we're going to actually kind of backtrack just a little bit to go over this way and then up. We need to open up a gate so we can hit all 3 of these targets. This is another one of the timed bell puzzles.
Your worry consumed you, as my rage once did to me.
You overcame it, eventually.
Thanks to Atreus.
Okay, you can see there's the one right there. That's what we're trying to gain access into by opening up this gate right here.
Both would still be with us.
Now I'm going to start off with that bell, but first I just want to show you the location of the other 2. As I'm quickly going through this, I don't want you guys to miss it. So there's one right there, right next to the chest, and then there's one beyond this gate that was locked. You may have seen this one earlier. All right, so starting back at the top, let's go ahead and do this. You got to be quick about it. So don't go all the way inside this room. Just stand here. And bingo, there you go. All right, next up is the Barrens. We are above the below, and we're at the top part of the Barrens here, top part of the map. All right, so this puzzle is not that difficult. We're just going to light these flames. We have to get rid of all of that junk that's in the middle. We're going to do that by destroying a couple of those little red bulb things. So if you circle around to the back side of this, you'll see where you can use your axe to break these open. There's 2. You got to line them up and break them both at the same time. Do that correctly and it'll free up everything. The 2 remaining seals, there's one right here, and the last one's actually going to be at the very top. But for this, we only need our axe because we got to blow up an explosive jar up there. As I said, we're gonna blow up that explosive jar up there. 2nd time's a charm. There we go. Okay, so we are up at the Forbidden Sands now. Now this is going to be there's going to be one at the far right and one at the far left. This one over here on the right hand side is a bugger. I'm going to tell you. I had some troubles with it. So I expect you guys to tell me you did as well, or you can make me feel bad and tell me it was easy. All right, you see a raven over there. I know it's going to drive some of you crazy that I'm not destroying it right now, but it's not part of this guide. It took every ounce of me to just leave it alone temporarily. Okay, so there was a chest. There's one seal over there. There's one over to the left-hand side. So what you need to do with this first one here is bounce this through and then hit the second reflecting shield thing over there. So you got to do it in the right spot, and it's really, really tricky. So I'm just going to show you where to stand and where to throw it. Right, and no, that's not where you want to stand. And right here and throw it in the upper left-hand corner here, and it'll hit everything. All right, so we have two things over here. We have one seal on the ground, one on top. So what we're going to do is use the fire pit. I don't know if you guys can see the fire on the left-hand side, and bridge a gap over to the seal on the right-hand side, and then shoot an arrow into the fire. But your bubbles have to be in the right place. And it's kind of hard to see when they're connecting from this angle. But give it a few tries, you'll get it. Now the second one is up top, so I want to explain how this works. If you throw a pink arrow into it, nothing happens. Throw a green one, and it opens the door where you can see the flame. So, knowing that, we're going to set up our trap with the pink arrows, and then fire a green arrow into the top door to open it, and then quickly fire an arrow into the flame below. Open it, fire an arrow into the flame. Not the Leviathan axe there, Brian. There you go. Ooh, got it just in time before the door closed. All right, so over to the left-hand side, there's that raven again. He's just taunting me. I know it. There. I'm not even looking at what I'm doing. I'm just watching the raven. Something happened in there, and we unlocked the chest. All right, so as I mentioned, there was one on the far left side in the exact opposite corner. You can see this pillar's fallen. Behind it is the chest. I'm going to find this seal over here. We're going to have to use the arrows. Chain this one together again. All right, turn to my right. We'll see another one. It's above us. Same thing, explosion chain right here. I actually don't think this is gonna work. I don't know why. Try it again, except put the bottom bubble a bit closer. All right, we are now clear to lift this pillar and light the final flame and open up the chest. Just as a reminder, I mentioned it earlier, but there are more chests in this game than you need to max out both your health and your rage. All right, we are now in Muspelheim, I think is how you say it, and we are at the Burning Cliffs. This is a small area. It's not going to be too hard for you to find this. It's a very linear as well. So we're going to make our way down. And we're going to have a big encounter in the next area. Before we do that, if I turn to my right, I'll see an area I can use a spear to blow up the rock. So let's go ahead, do an R1 toss, and triangle to explode it. And you can see there's one flame over there we need to light, one over to the right, and then you'll see another one over here. Believe it or not, that's not the same one we just saw. There's two. They're real close together. So let's go ahead and just get this one because it's the easiest. And for the other two, we're going to have to use the connecting explosive bridges. Okay, those are connected. All right, you know what? We just hit reset here. And there That should do it. There we go. All right, so now we need to get that second one over there. You don't get them both at the same time. So this is going to be fairly, it should be simple. And once I have these two, I just need to shoot one into the flame, and I completely whiffed on that. A little bit embarrassing. All right, let's set it up again. I shot it through the flame itself, not into the base of it.
There we go.
There is one more Nornir chest in the Crucible in this area. Crucible is going to give it to you as a reward for completing 6 of the challenges. We'll circle back to that, however, at the very end. But first, we are going to travel to Niflheim, and there's a new area that we can access from the Raven Tree. Now, from the Raven Tree point, you're going to have the blacksmith to your right there, and you're going to have a new path to the left that was not here earlier. You can only access this, like so many other things in this game, after you've completed the story. So now we're going to make our way into this house thing, and we got a little bit of puzzling to do here.
Hang on a minute. Is this a prison?
It would seem so.
Let's continue. Might be something useful inside.
All right, now that I've reached the area, what I'm going to do is circle around over here. There's going to be an enemy. There's a few enemies in this area. And after I've dispatched them, I'm going to plant a spear. And then we're going to use that spear to jump down to the next level.
Perhaps some of the inmates did as well.
Let us find out.
Okay, so jump across. It'll now lower us one. There's an enemy here. Actually, I think there's going to be a couple of them. After you've gotten rid of them, we're going to pull this chain and move our spear down 1 level. Just 1. And then we're going to jump back across, resulting in us dropping down 1 more level. Now you see this little hole in the wall here to the right, or right in front of me. We're going to go in there and then back up, believe it or not. There's going to be a dude in here, and he's going to bring along a friend. Once you've eliminated them, we can now break through the wall above us. Now up here is where you're going to find the chest. This is our starting point. We're going to turn around. We find our first seal right in the floor, right across from it. We're going to open up this gate. And then we're actually going to drop down. So we're going to move this chain. We don't need to move the chain yet. I'm sorry. Correct. Scratch that. We're going to drop down. Here we have 2 we're going to find. One at the very bottom. You look down. And then the second one is going to be behind a door that was unavailable to us earlier.
Careful, brother. These prisoners may not be as grateful for their freedom as one would hope. Oh, well, you're very good.
He didn't last long, did he? That happened so fast, I don't even have to edit that out. Okay, now the chest is unlocked, so now we're just going to go back the way we came. Jump in through here and then back up and around. And at that point, enjoy your reward. It is now time for the final Nornir chest. This is a reward for completing the first 6 Crucible challenges. You do need to complete all 15 of them eventually, but after the first 6, you will get a reward by opening up the Nornir chest, which gave me a pleasant surprise, which I was happy about. Now, there's 3 paths there, and each one of them has 2 tabs. When you start it, you can 1 or 2 depending on which challenge you want to do. So the first 6 will get you the Nornir chest, and then you just have to travel back to the center of this area, and that's going to complete this guide. Hallelujah. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a lot of effort, a lot of challenge, but I love making these guides, and I hope you guys do too. Let me know by hitting that like button, and of course subscribe.
The steel's reacting